Weiss, you had been playing max defense for a while, but your moves today are very much representative of the change in tone and tenor of the market. What Joe was talking about, time to play a little more offense. You bought back Amazon and Nvidia, sold them not that long ago. I guess in late April, you were out of both of those names. Now you're in again.
Yeah, actually, the timing on the purchase was April 25th and May 1st. So I've been in for a few weeks. The sale of those was earlier. The most recent sale, though, was Amazon. And look, it's been a great trading market. I haven't touched my my core names of Meta, Microsoft, Leidos, Taiwan Semi, etc. And Netflix. In fact, I've added to those during the period. But it was a great opportunity to make money in the market. And I did just that. So I didn't catch the rally at the beginning by any stretch, but selling them at the highs that some got back to, some didn't, and buying them back down, not the lows, but quite near, is how traders make money in the market.
Weiss, you didn't tell us about this yesterday. Why didn't you tell us about it yesterday?
I did whisper to you.
April 25th to May 1st, you bought back Amazon and Nvidia.
Right.
Well, you whispered it to me when?
I told you while you were on set, and you said, wait, I'm listening to Kevin. I also mentioned it to the others yesterday.
Okay. All right. So the point is you're ready to play more offense.
Yeah, as I said, I've been saying for the last week, I'm pretty fully invested now, so I am. Look, a lot's going to depend on what happens after the 90-day window closes. And what we've seen is that there's almost a complete give up on the tariff moves wisely that Trump initiated. And so we're now down to about a base case of 10%. I think that will continue. But there's always the unsureness of what the administration's doing. So you still have to be cautious in the market.
I mean, Nvidia is back above its 200-day for the first time since February.
Right.
It's back above $3 trillion in market cap. It's bigger than Apple, again. It's really been a remarkable comeback. Can we get a 1 month rather than an intraday, guys, please? To show you the bounce back in this stock, which was under 90 bucks. And we were questioning whether this stock story was done for a bit. And it's had this really remarkable rally back. Jason Snipe, what do you make of that move that we've seen in Nvidia?
Yeah, no, it's been super interesting. Obviously, the stock is back to flat for the year. It was up 20% in the last month. I think there was a lot of concerns, early part of first quarter about export controls and how that was going to play out for the stock. Concerns around China and what's going on there. Obviously, we heard yesterday the investment from the Middle East, and I think that's going to be powerful for the name. I think if you go back to their last report, they talked about $1 trillion in capex over the next few years to build out, AI factories. So the story hasn't changed so much in terms of their pole position as far as AI is concerned. But this has been a boost, and this has been a boost from the news from the Saudis yesterday.
5-day win streak for NAS, highest level since February as well. You look, NASDAQ's gotten back above 19K. You want to say something?
I sure do. If we can we get a 1-year chart of Microsoft? Because you and I have spoken about first in, first out. Take the Mag 7. Which of the Mag 7 is closest to making a new all-time high? It's Microsoft. It's a great example of when we talk about rebuilding position and reversing the bearish sentiment. Arguably, Microsoft was that one Mag 7 name that had the most bearish sentiment and the weakest positioning coming into the year.
You see, I don't think that Microsoft actually deserves the valuation it's at right now. And I own it. I'm not going to sell it, but I think that you get through this go-go period, and there's been a ton of short covering, if you look at the prime brokerage reports, that have driven this rally.
Agreed.
That you'll have the same concerns about Microsoft, which is the growth and the multiple on it. And I think that we've gotten back to what were excessive multiples at the end of last year.
Well, what's the forward? What is the forward now? Guys, can you blow this up too for me, please? The forward PE on Microsoft now. Because, again, the stock had underperformed. It didn't do anything. So there you're 31. You're 31 times. I don't think you're at the high, but you're not that far off either.
Mid-30s, you're right. You're not that far off. In terms of Nvidia, it has changed. While it still is the pole position, and I'm out as it gets to 140, which is where resistance was before, because you're actually seeing the chips that the big hyperscalers have been working on for years to remove their dependence on Nvidia coming into the market for their own data centers and their own technology servers, et cetera. So it has changed. Nobody's going to be held with those kind of balance sheets those companies have. They're not going to be held hostage to Nvidia super pricing forever.
Bryn, the chips are ripping today. If you look at many of the stocks, by the way, we always talk about the SMH. You can look up the stocks. It's up nearly 50% off of its April intraday low. The SMH is now positive year to date by 1.5%, 5 days in a row. That's the first time since February. Is that trade back?
I think parts of the trade are back. I think AMD, which I don't own, has been left for dead. I think, Lisa Su is great. And so I think parts of it, because we were at this existential cliff that, Jensen went to Washington numerous times. He was just in Saudi about, hey, if we shut off China, we are shutting off innovation to America. And I think that's where the White House repealed the diffusion rule, which was supposed to go into effect this week, which would have made so many more export controls over a host of countries in addition to China and Russia. And so I think there was a timeout here. We are literally on the precipice of destroying this innovation. And so I think the rally is warranted. A lot of these stocks have just been left for dead. And so we are going to have more of a globalist America innovation win-win scenario. I think especially Nvidia, which earnings, don't forget, haven't come out yet. They come out May 26th. And I think they're still looking for 65 and 50% revenue and earnings growth. So just monster numbers still coming out of Nvidia. And I think Jensen will delight investors. So I think going into those Nvidia earnings, the whole sector, I think, will continue to rally.
Yeah, I mean, AMD's been rallying. They had much better than expected earnings. They announced a buyback. Joe's talking about the buyback window being open. They just ran through it. $6 billion, their best day for AMD since April the 9th of 25. Really, before this massive move back. What do you think about that?
So I think tomorrow, really important earnings report from Applied Materials. Again, that was, we'll call it a hedge fund VIP type of name. You could include in there Lam Research and KLA Corp, which we had in the ETF for the better part of the last 5 years, and we just actually liquidated. When we did liquidate it, I kind of looked at it and said, okay, we're just following price. We're not really exploring the true fundamentals. I think the fundamentals of these semi-equipment name companies are still really, really good. And I think to Bryn's point, now you have this change in the environment, change in tone, restoring back to what we expected the tariff rates to be at the beginning of the year. I think that works favorably, and I really believe in this AI halo story. The semi-equipment names should be given the consideration equally to a lot of the other semi names themselves.
Jay, what about Amazon? I know we moved to semis, but I want to get your take here. Again, this 5-day rally, chart looks great. And in terms of valuation, if you look at all the stocks in the group, UBS says the rebound in tech has more to go. That valuation is still reasonable. The risk reward remains attractive. Investors should continue to position for an ongoing recovery in quality AI globally.
Yeah, no, I really like the move here. I think there was a lot of concern coming into the quarter on retail, right? The macro has been the overhang. The tariff story has been the overhang. They had a blended return on retail of up 5.4%, which is their best Q1 in the company's history. So I think that's important to note. AWS was obviously very strong. Margin growth is really strong, since 2015. So I continue to like this stock. I think the other concern was kind of third-party sellers, what's going on there, and the China impact and overhang. So it's been a nice run. Retail is strong. I think they continue to grow market share, which is very positive for a stock like this. So I continue to like it, and I think it's warrant some continued buying here.
You long-term now in Amazon, or are you not long-term in anything? Are you not committing like that?
What I put on, I'm very long-term in my core positions. Amazon...
well, this isn't a core position now?
No, this is not a core position now, and it never was one of my top positions. It was a sizable position. My core positions I just went through, which are all, 15% or so of the portfolio. So there's a lot of beta in the portfolio that cuts both ways, right? Market trades down significantly. You take a big hit, market trades up, you go up more than the market. Amazon, look, I like it. It's never cheap. My concerns still are on the cloud and a slowdown in enterprise spending. I don't think you're out of the woods right now. I just don't think CEOs have the confidence to all of a sudden, okay, it's open season again, let's deploy billions of dollars, let's build out everything in the world that we want to build out. I just don't think they're there yet under the present administration. So they need to see these tariffs take hold, and they need to see what the tax bill says also. You can change that dramatically if you're able to deduct your capital expenditures in your first year as an expense.